What's up, Space Pirates? This is your captain, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and Concord is now available to play for anyone who spent the extra $20 and purchased the deluxe edition of the game, and things do not appear to be going very good for them.
Where am I?
The pit of despair.
The Steam charts aren't available yet for early access games unless you've purchased the game yourself, so we can't see the exact number of players for the game yet. However, we can see the number of people who have reviewed the game, and based on that number, knowing that usually about 10% of the peak concurrent player count on Steam usually reviews a game in the first few days after release, it's fair to suppose that this game is not faring very well at all. Who would have thunk that a hero shooter game featuring characters that are walking heart attack victims and old grannies, who would have guessed that nobody wants to play that shit?
Everyone! I didn't even see it coming.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter, where I keep a list of games lousy with wokeness pinned to my account for your reference. My handle on there is Dr. Disaster 1. Anyhow, Concord does indeed appear to be the unmitigated catastrophe that we all expected it to be once we saw the very terrible character designs. If you look at the Steam charts for the game, as I said, you can't see the actual player count right now, but we can make an educated guess. When a game first comes out, it's usually around 10 to 20% of the peak concurrent player count that leaves an early review. As an example, Black Myth Wukong has a bit over 2 million players at its peak, and they have about 230,000 reviews currently. Dustborn has a peak player count of 81, and they have 16 reviews currently. So, if you look, Concord has 56 reviews currently. So based on that number, we can guess that they have somewhere between 250 and 500 players at their peak for the Early Access Deluxe Edition. Hell, even if we are way off, and the true number is something like 2,000 or something like that, which is roughly what they got for their free beta, if the number is around that, then this is still an absolute disaster. The game reportedly cost Firewalk Studios somewhere between $50 and $150 million to make. This means they would need to sell over 1 million units in order to break even on the low end of that figure, and I just do not see that happening, especially when you consider that right now the game is currently number 258 on the top seller list for Steam. For reference, Dustborn is number 228 on the top seller list, and they only have 81 players playing that game at its peak, so it's difficult to see Concord doing any better than that. I mean, if these people were confident in this game, then they would put the reviews out there for people to see. If you check the Metacritic score of Concord, you will see that there still isn't anything out for the game, meaning that there is still a review embargo. Technically, the game doesn't fully release for 2 more days, but usually games that have confidence in their product will allow reviews to come out several days before release. This is just sad. It tells us that Firewalk Studios have no damn confidence in their own product, which, when I think about it, I guess I understand. I mean, would you have confidence in this game selling well? If you were employed by Firewalk, would you want critics to be talking about this game? Probably not, especially after we saw the numbers for the beta. These people are in hiding, but the numbers will come out and we will see how pathetic the reception to this game is, both in terms of exactly how many players are playing on Steam and what the critics think of the game. For further evidence that this game is bombing big time and that the developers know it, check out this tweet from Endymion. He says, "One of my patrons informed me that GameStop is offering Concord if you trade in one game worth $25 in value. They would only be doing this if the game's pre-orders were abysmal and it's not selling ahead of launch. The game launches next week, it's going to bomb." And then he does include this screenshot here showing the deal that GameStop is offering. For some reason, Firewalk thought that designing characters that look like this was going to make them a ton of money. They put faith in the modern audience to swoop in and save them. And right now, I am just getting absolutely dazzled by how things are playing out for us. You almost couldn't have scripted this stuff any better for our side of the argument in the gaming industry. Concord and Dustborn look to be massive flops, while Black Myth Wukong, a game that just kicks ass unapologetically while publicly spurning wokeness, that game is killing it with over 2 million peak players. You have got to think that games that are coming out right now started development 3 or more years ago, and back then, when these ideas were being pitched, it was a totally different climate. Woke activism was in a much stronger place, culturally speaking, but the pushback has been enormous, and this garbage appears to be completely unwanted. I expect it will take a few years before we see the proper effects of our movement on the industry, so just be patient, keep ignoring these games on Steam, and mocking them in the comment sections. With that said, I'm going to leave it there. Drop your mockery of Concord in the comment section below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.